Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. My name is Mistress Lavender, and today I'm reading Rich AF by Vivian 2. I'm on page 74, and if you don't know who I am, make sure you first like, comment, and subscribe, and click the first video, silly. But if you do, let's begin. I'm starting at To Be Clear, though, on page 74. To be clear, though, let the record show that I, your rich BFF, am not pro hustle culture. I am not hashtag no off days. I am 100% hashtag days off. I do not think we need to spend every waking hour working. I also recognize that if you are living paycheck to paycheck on a 60-hour work week or already juggling multiple jobs, the advice is just get a side hustle and can feel a little tone deaf. But at the same time, side hustles can be a serious boost to your path to a rich lifestyle. They let you live out the core truth of you can only save as much as you earn, but you can always earn more money. They can be a meaningful way to increase your income and set yourself up for a financial situation where you are not making decisions out of a place of desperation. They give you the chance to have choices instead of being forced into the only option you can afford. Yes, it might take more work and discomfort and bustle in the short term, but long term, that is freedom, choices, opportunity, stability. So, if you max out your earning capacity at your day job for the time being, a little part time side gig can be a great way to put extra cash in your pocket. Plus, with the rise of work from home and the digital economy, there's never been a better time to earn a little extra money without your side hustle taking over your life. Here's everything you need to know about doing side hustles the rich AF way. Side hustles don't have to be passion projects and vice versa. People who use the phrase side hustle to describe a lot of things from gig work to creative projects. But I want to make a distinctive here. Personally, I distinguish a side hustle, which is something you can do for money quickly, from a passion project, which is something creative you do because you like to do it. Passion projects can make a little money, and that's totally fine. But I do not think every passion project, hobby, or casual pursuit needs to be monetized. And I say this as someone who literally turned a hobby into a job. I found that as my TikTok following ramped up and things got harder and more complex than when I was just goofing for my friends, the pressure could suck just a little bit of the joy out of making my content. Even with a passion project where I was my own boss. Once money got involved, I had to slow my roll a little bit to make sure I was still actually having fun, and I am. The other thing is that while creative projects can make you tons of money if you hit it big, the time you'll pout in is not likely to pay off, at least in the short term. Like, only 4% of content creators make enough money to do it full time. Sorry to all the kids out there whose dream job is YouTuber, I guess. There isn't to say that you can't do things that you enjoy as a side hustle. I give you Exhibit A, Jerry the Sneakerhead. It just means you don't have to turn whatever you love into a second job. Turning that thing you enjoy into money making revenue seems like an obvious side hustle, but not every hobby has to be monetized, and that's totally cool. It's okay just to cross stitch because it's relaxing, not because you want to start an Etsy shop. Side hustles should be low risk. When you're brainstorming up a side hustle, think in terms of a temporary gig that's low risk and low barrier to entry. For example, signing up for a WAG account and walking someone's dog, low risk, doesn't cost you much in terms of initial startup costs, and easy to cut your losses and quit if it doesn't work out. Mowing lawns and pulling weeds, you've got to have a lawnmower and then you have to have some work gloves. Excuse me, where am I? And some work gloves, and still pretty lowish startup costs, especially if you already own a mower. Babysitting doesn't cost you anything. You just show up to that person's house. Low startup costs are also important because you're going to want to test the side hustle out to see if you actually like doing it, right? For example, if you lease a car and start to drive for Uber and then find out you don't have the time to do it 40 hours a week, and if you don't do it 40 hours a week, you're not going to make what you thought you were going to make, well, you're still trapped in that car lease, and that sucks. Side hustles should actually make you money. Getting that first free money payment is an amazing moment until you realize when what you have what you had to spend to earn it. Fact is, side hustles can come with a lot of hidden costs, and you'll definitely want to account for those too. If you're driving for DoorDash or Uber, for example, you'll want to factor in the expenses and the wear and tear on your car, the gas, the insurance, all of which can add up. If you're painting custom pet portraits, you'll have to account for the cost of paint, the canvas, and all the time you spend not just painting, but communicating with the pet parents over how exactly they want little Fluffy to look in the final product. So keep a close eye on how much time and money your side hustle is asking of you, and make sure you're netting back enough to make it worthwhile. Oh, and don't forget that you're going to have to pay taxes on your side hustle money, because unlike a pay stub, the government is not going to take them out for you. Your individual tax rates will vary depending on where you live, but as a very broad rule of thumb, assume that anywhere from 30% to 40% of your income after expenses will go to the IRS and your state treasury. Hey hun, want to join my team of hashtag boss babes? If you've ever gotten out if you ever got an out of nowhere DM from the girl who bullied you in high school asking if you want to join her business opportunity selling weight loss shakes or cheap floral print leggings or mascara that gives you creepy spider eyelashes, you've had a brush with an MLM or multi level marketing company. MLMs sell products not in stores or online, but through individuals selling products to the people in their network, often by word of mouth or Facebook. They're often peddled to people, usually women and especially stay at home moms, as a super easy work in your sweatpants side hustle opportunity. But they're also controversial to say the least. So what makes them controversial? Well, while the individual peddling these products do get paid to sell products like mystery hair oil, dodgy supplements, and low quality skincare, that's not where the real money comes in. MLM sellers actually get paid more to recruit others into the sales force. This means that this means the incentive isn't really on sales to consumers. It's on bringing in new reps or consultants. Think of it this way. The founder of the MLM recruits people to sell the product. We'll call those first recruiters the A Squad. A Squad gets paid to sell product, but they really get paid to recruit others, which they do. We'll call those friends and family they rope in B Squad. Now, A Squad is thrilled because they're not only getting paid kickbacks for every person they recruit to B Squad, but they also get a commission from all the products B Squad sells. Of course, the trade off is that B Squad makes less commission even though it's on their own sales. But no worries, they can offset the loss by recruiting their own team, aka C Squad. B Squad gets a chunk of what C Squad earns in commission, and so it goes forever until the work literally runs out of people. This model makes it exponentially easier for the folks at the top of the MLM to make money, and all but impossible for the C Squad and below folks. According to a report by the Federal Trade Commission that studied the business models of 350 MLMs in the United States, at least 99% of people who join MLMs don't just make money, they lose money. Because on top of barely making any commission at the bottom and the pyramid shaped business model, those sellers have to buy the products themselves with their own money, often piling up on low quality inventory that doesn't sell and they can't return. This means that your odds of making money in an MLM are very low, but your odds of losing money are great. As side hustles go, it's a no for me, dog. Because net is something net is something seems too good to be true. It likely is. And if a company's business model is based on recruiting new members than actually selling the product, proceed with caution. Side hustles should fit into your life, But beyond those basics, the real side hustle sweet spot is finding the right work for you to do at a time that's convenient to your schedule. For the work, look for a task that's straightforward and not too taxing, but different enough from your day to day so that it doesn't drain you or bore you to tears. So, if you're an office employee and you side hustle by mowing lawns or walking dogs or helping people assemble IKEA furniture, you might enjoy doing something more physical and less brain power intense. Like you need the exercise anyways, right? Whereas, say you're an electrician or a personal trainer or an art teacher and you pick up a side hustle as a data entry specialist, copying numbers into Excel sheet can be dull. But since it's different from what you typically do, it lets you flex a different part of your brain that allows you not to get bored so easily. As for the time, consider when you have those pockets of a few hours during the week and what's feasible to do them. If your only spare time is between 9 p.m., when you've tucked in your kids to 1 a.m., when you finally go to sleep, you can't exactly mow lawns for some extra cash in the dead of the night. But you can turn those hours into a shift driving for Uber in the family minivan. And there are plenty of suburban parents who do. If you're a teacher and have summers off, you could work doing test prep or college essay courses during those months. If you work 9 to 5 and have a hour long train ride each way, find some online freelance work like transcription or bookkeeping that you can do during your commute. Money management to dos for chapter 2. 1. Schedule a time to talk to your manager about your role, your performance, and your future. This is a necessary first step whether you're actively angling for a raise or just want to start creating that rapport that will help you in your advancement. 2. Privately take some time on your current workplace, office policies, and manager. What does it take to get to the top here? How far could you see yourself going realistically? Think about whether you want to keep pushing up the ladder or if it might be time to look for someone else. 3. Either way, get networking. Commit to spending at least 15 minutes per week doing outreach, either internally or externally. 5. Research your job duties, both the ones officially in your job description and the ones you're doing anyway, and compensation. How much do people make elsewhere to do what you do? 6. Compile your brag book. 7. Schedule another meeting to connect with your manager. Make it a regular thing. 8. Review your company's benefit packet and make sure you're taking full advantages of everything you can use. 9. Explore some side hustles that fit your schedule. Pick one to try for a week or two and commit to giving it a shot. 10. Schedule another meeting with your manager. Ask for a raise and or more perks or benefits. You can do it, BB. 11. Find even more career tools, negotiation resources, info on work-specific finances, and side hustle ideas at richaf.club. Part 3 of Chapter 1. The budgeting section. I remember my first, actually, let me actually stop here so I can start part 3 of the next episode. But now I'm on what page is this? I'm on page 83, and I'm going to start next episode, chapter 3. I'm in charge of my money, and that's the budgeting section. Or not chapter 3, part 3 of 1. You know what I mean. But thank you again. My name is Mistress Lavender, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next episode. Bye, and have a great day.